Hello, my name is Eric Shunk, and I welcome you to my presentation of my innovative lesson plan. As you can see, I chose to use a Wikispace page for my innovative lesson plan. Wikispaces is a free online collaborative, I guess you would call it a software or an application or a database. You can sign up for it just with any email, and you can create your own pages. As you see, I've created mine, Shunk's biology class. There's just my last name, and then I created like a classroom Spider Bound notebook on the right hand side are all the different tabs. So what did I use Wikispaces for, and why did I choose it? Basically, what I did within my Wikispace is I chose to have the students work on a unit within our human body system in our biology class. To do this lesson, I have to first add students via their email, and so they can edit the page, and then the directions are posted right on the Wikispace page, where they'll be reading an article and then working in groups to collaboratively write an essay, and then there will be an individual quiz at the end for the first lesson within the unit. Let me take you there and walk through a little more in detail. When you get to the URL of the Wikispace, you'll notice that on the right hand side here, as I mentioned, there's different navigation. So let's just go to a Unit 5. You can see the course syllabus and the different tips for success I might be adding on there if a student were to be in an actual class for this. Whenever I would put these up, I would have the online unit instructions for what the student's supposed to do. So if they were to click on that, this would come up. You would see that you're in the right unit on the right week, and the unit title, Human Systems, would be there. And I've linked what they're doing directly to the Michigan Priority Expectations, or their standards and benchmarks. They will be learning different body systems and short-term and long-term health of the organism. Their instructions for the unit. I could have them read different articles. I have this and that, but I'm going to have them read out of their textbook only the first section. I'm going to have them watch video clips. At the end, I'm going to have them answering unit questions that are found in a discussion board section, and I'll show you where that is in a second. What I really like Wikispaces for is this part right here, where they can collaboratively work to edit a page. It's kind of like cloud type technology, where you can have different people editing a document. This is where the people could actually see the edits that are made, and then at the end they'll have a quiz. So let me take you back to the page itself. Again, so I would assign, after they gave me their email addresses, I would assign different pages, and the students would see that their names, so let's say student X or whatever, group 1 or whatever it would be, they would know that they'd have to come here and they would be in charge of this page. This would be their page that they would come to whenever they'd have to make the corrections or add to their essay. The best part about Wikispaces is that we can always, right up here on the top, you would just click the edit button to get to a page, as I'm waiting for this to load here. So on every page we have the edit button where a student would click that and they could make the changes to a paper. They could also talk about what needs to be done with these different tabs here, with the discussion and the comments tabs. And this one is what I really like about it, is that you can see which students made the edits directly on the page. So we can see what revisions have been made by which students, so you know how the project is being completed and by which students. Hopefully all of them are working on it, since it is a collaboration, but since we are dealing with high school students or younger, that might not always be the case. So we need to make sure that our rubric reflects that goal. So once they've done that, they would then go to the discussion board section, where I would post a evaluation and I could easily post this within minutes. So I could put it up, they could go to it, answer the questions. Maybe I have them answer it right in the discussion section. Maybe I have them fill it out and email it to me in their own email, something like that. Again, this is still in its infancy state. There's a number of different ways you can make a wiki space work for you. After they did that, the second part of the lesson, or the second lesson in the unit, I guess you would call it, would be kind of a reverse of the first. They are going to be essentially creating an information database of their own. So I would assign them a specific oriented system, and they would be responsible for posting that information found on their own wiki page. So they could do videos or different articles, and once they do that, other classmates would come in and reflect on it and answer questions that I would set up in a rubric for them, and then they could essentially be the experts of a specific area, whereas in the first one they're just getting information from an already predetermined source. Now they are the experts, they are getting the different sources, they're learning how to find valid articles, and YouTube videos might not always be the best spot to go for videos, but sometimes it could be, and they could just make sure that they're putting quality information on there. And again, as a person who can view this and edit, and I can see who's posting things, that's always nice as a teacher to be able to be in control of those things. And I could leave comments for them as they're going. I could see the work as they're doing it, maybe leave a comment, hey, maybe you need to add this or that about it. What about looking up this kind of information, to kind of poke them in the right direction on where to go. And then obviously they would be reading other classmates' pages, where I would create other pages in here of student B and C and D and E, whoever else, and they would have to go and answer questions on their page. So they'd be learning together collaboratively through the same format. I hope that you take the time to check out your own wiki space, as I know many of us have through other classes in this master's program. I've always found that the collaborative nature of a wiki space is one that really is interesting to the students, and also allows them to help each other in their learning. If you have any suggestions on how I could improve this lesson, please let me know as you reflect on this lesson as it's posted in Blackboard, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next cohort.